But Brandon, let's move on into our last segment, the first and only non-football segment of Behind the Pen this week. I want to thank you guys for sticking around. If you're on Blog Talk Radio, kind of listen to us talk a little sports. Hopefully you're commenting down below, joining the discussion. But we're going to be looking at the kind of world of basketball. And I say the world because we are literally talking about an international game now. We're not just looking at the NBA. And the reason why I bring this up is I heard it today. It kind of stuck with me. And that is, we had earlier in the week, I heard it from Stephen A. Smith, kind of just his blasting of Carmelo Anthony when in an interview he, I guess, said, you know what, if I don't win an NBA championship and I look back on my career, I'm going to be proud of the 3 gold medals. That's what he meant. Apparently it came off like, yeah, you know what, I don't need to win a title, I've got the gold medals. Where Stephen A. went off on him, I guess Carmelo called him and was like, hey, you usually text and talk to me before you do something like that. Stephen A. apologized for it. Then today we had DeAndre Jordan, center of the Los Angeles Clippers, basically say that gold medals in the Olympics are more important than the NBA title. What do you think? What's more important to you, Brandon, an NBA title or a gold medal in the Olympics?
If I am an NBA player, then the most important thing to me is what I'm focusing on each and every season. It's an NBA title, because that should be the most important thing to you, because you are an NBA player. You're not, it's almost, in college, they say that you're a student first and athlete second. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're in the NBA, but you'll also compete in the Olympics, every 4 years when they play in the basketball games, mm-hmm. You're an NBA player first, mm-hmm. and then an Olympian second. But you cannot discredit the fact that there are people who, from a very, very young age, are training for the Olympics every single year. That's all they're looking for. That's all they're focusing on. And for them to be able to do that and achieve that, like a Michael Phelps, he's never going to swim competitively again. And
I'll believe that when I see it.
Okay,
he may be back for 2020.
Well, I'm just talking about I'm just taking him at his word for the interview that he had with ESPN. Yep. But he said that he'll never do it again, and he's okay with that because he achieved what he set out to achieve when he was a young kid. And I think that is very special. So for DeAndre Jordan to say that they're above NBA rings, that's tough, being a basketball player, something that you are focused on each and every season.
Depends on your event.
But I think that winning a gold medal on the world stage, yes, basketball is filled with guys from around the world, but not in the sense of what it is in the Olympics. Mm-hmm. I don't think. So I think that is very special. And this is a world stage where people all around, I mean, they're showing it in Japan, they're showing it here, they're showing it there, in India, in all over Europe, everywhere. Are they seeing all of that in basketball? Maybe not. Probably not. I don't think there's a whole lot of people in Japan too interested, or in China too interested with what we got going on outside of Yao Ming, and his boat passed a long time ago. So I don't think that they're looking at that. They're looking at the Olympics. They're looking at the Olympics, and they're watching that. That's pretty special. So I get where he's coming from. Do I agree? Not necessarily, but I get where he's coming from. I don't think that anyone who says, oh my gosh, that doesn't make any sense to me, it makes some sense.
I think it's the most idiotic thing, and I'll read the quote because that's what I've been doing all podcast. His exact quote was, I think they're above NBA rings. I may get in trouble for saying that, but I believe that. I feel like this is more special. You're not just playing teams in the U.S., you're playing teams from all over the world. And this is even more special because there's an NBA champion crowned every year, but for this, it's every 4 years. You've got to really think about that, man, because it's extremely special. end quote. And I believe what he meant to say was playing in the Olympics is special because it's every 4 years. And as a player, you kind of have to sit there and go, wow, this is something special. I don't get to do this all the time. I should be thankful for being here. That's what I believe he meant to say. But then he said that idiotic thing about fucking medals being better than the title. Ask Cleveland. Go ahead and ask Cleveland what they would rather have, LeBron's gold medal or the NBA title. Ask LeBron what he'd rather have, the gold medals that he won in the Olympics or that title that he won for Cleveland. So I look at this and I go, yeah, a gold medal is nice, but you're not a swimmer. You're not a track star. And that's kind of the thing that is kind of broken about the Olympics. And I say broken, it's not really broken. It's just the nature of the beast. For basketball, cool. You're playing against other countries. We are the main basketball hub. People come from around the world to play in the NBA. Dellavedova, Australia, plays in the NBA. Bodan plays for Serbia, I believe, plays in the NBA. You got Yi in China. You had Yao Ming for China. You got Paul Gasol and Marc Gasol, the Spanish brothers. You got Mano, the Argentinian. Tony Parker playing for France. They come to our league to win that title. That is the biggest thing. And if you are a basketball player playing in the NBA, that should be your greatest goal. That should be the thing above all other. Because guess what? When we look at careers, Brandon, what's the one thing we always say? When we talk about LeBron and Jordan, what's the one trump card we always say?
It's always about the rings.
Who's got more rings? Oh, Jordan was 6-0. He's got more rings. Blah 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 blah. We never even mention the gold medals, and that's just the nature of the beast. Now, if he was a swimmer, yeah, you get more events for swimming. In swimming, they actually go into like world records, Olympic records. I mean, yeah, for basketball, they have those like points scored in a game, but nobody cares about that. It's if you score the most points in a game for basketball, people go, oh, cool, whatever. But if you're in swimming and you break the world record, people are like, holy shit, look at what that, like Katie Ledecky breaks the world record, just breaks it by 11 seconds ahead of second place. People lost their shit. It's just basketball to me isn't even that important in the Olympics, and it's maybe because I'm on the American side. Maybe if I was in a different country, I would have different, but to me, it's the title. The ring is, it don't mean a thing if you don't got that ring.
Well, first I want to say is you keep saying this whole, well, what I think he meant to say. No, they said what they meant to say. So let it be. They said what they meant to say.
Okay.
If they wanted to say it a different way, they would have said it a different way. And two, we weren't brought up to value an Olympic medal more than a national championship or an NBA championship. Around the world, if there were a team to knock off the USA in basketball, let's say it was China, they're going ape shit crazy about that for 4 freaking years. It's just not in our culture to value that in most things more than something else. Again, in swimming, that's huge. In track, that's huge. In the NBA, in golf, that's just not the biggest thing that we're going for. But is it still of huge value in the NBA? Absolutely. If you are a gold medal winner on the USA basketball team, that's freaking special, and no one's taking that away from you. Just like no one's taking it away from you if you are an NBA champion. And if you're lucky enough to be both, hot dog, you can die a hero. But I wouldn't knock it as much as you're knocking it, because I just wouldn't do it, because their comments make sense. The comment makes sense, especially since we're talking about Jordan, DeAndre Jordan. His comment does make sense. Now, if people agree with him or not, that's another thing. But to understand where he's coming from, I get that. USA, Cleveland, no. If all they had to hang their hat on was a gold medal because LeBron James, and he's not, because he's not in the end. He's not in on the USA basketball team.
But he played for the last 2 Olympic teams and won gold.
Yes. Cleveland's not going, whoa, they're not partying in the streets, because that has no meaning compared to an NBA championship. And I get that. But you also have to see where they're coming from in the sense of this is special. This is special. And you know what? I could see it being over an NBA champion in their mind, So each one of them is entitled to their opinion of thinking that. And I don't think that we should be so hard on this one thing. I'll say that because it's the Olympics and it's the world stage. It's the world stage. On something else, we can jump on all over people for. But this one thing, I just say let it be and let them be.
And I'm going to respond to everything you just said. First off, the part where you said where we got to understand why he's saying this. I do understand why he's saying this. When you look at DeAndre Jordan, hasn't won an Olympic gold medal. So, boom. Okay, I get it. I get why you're saying that. Because for you as a player, you don't have that yet. So it's like it's going to feel so. It's going to be a feeling I am never going to have that feeling in my life of putting a gold medal around my neck unless I go to Michael Phelps' house and steal all his and put all fucking 27 of them, 28 of them around my neck and kind of it hurts my back to walk out because the medals are weighing me down that much on top of the weight I already have. But the second part where, you know what? It's everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not. I believe the first time I spoke 2 seconds ago, it kind of sounded like I was saying, nope, it's not special. It is. I get that, especially for someone who hasn't won a gold medal. But to go out and say that it is more special than the only thing that NBA players practice, train, they live their entire lives to win one trophy, to win an NBA title. And if you win an NBA title, you are going down in the pan. Like, if you win one NBA title, we remember who you are. You win multiple NBA titles, you get your name etched into everybody's brain from now until the end of the world. I mean, you look at guys that didn't win a title but won a gold medal. I'll throw one out there, and it might not even work because people only know his name because of how he played in college. Christian Laettner won a gold medal. He didn't win an NBA title. And part of me, and the one thing I would love to ask an NBA player who has won a gold medal but hasn't won an NBA title, I would love to ask them, would you trade your gold medals in for one NBA title? That would be the question to ask somebody. And I'm not talking about a guy like DeAndre Jordan who this is going to be his first gold medal, because of course it's going to feel special to you because this is the first one that you had. But like a Carmelo Anthony, who I believe this would be his third or fourth gold medal, would you trade all of those in for one NBA championship? One NBA championship for New York where you played your college ball? Would you trade them in for I can't do it now because he's won one, but a LeBron from last year? Would you trade your gold medals in for one title for Cleveland? That would be the question I'd want to ask them, because I can understand where DeAndre Jordan's coming from because he's never had a gold medal. I am just on the side of I do not agree that they are above an NBA title, because as a basketball player, no matter where you are in the world, your main goal is to get to the NBA and win that title. NBA is a global game now. It's a global game. The NBA brand is global. You go over to China and they're wearing the same Jordans, the same Kobe's. Kobe goes over to China. D. Wade when he goes over to China. LeBron. They're superstars over there just like they are here.
I think that you can completely understand, obviously, the fact that, yes, an NBA title and winning an NBA championship is just bigger here in the United States. It just has more appeal. It's more exciting. It has more encompassing it. I think it probably even brings out more fans in the sense of just U.S. I'm talking because now you got to talk. There's tons of fans watching the Olympics.
I'm going to use this as an example. I don't mean to cut you off, but just look at the kind of demographics that we get for the Fast Break podcast here at MVP. It is out of that demographic alone, it spreads more globally than college football and the NFL. We get guys from China, from Ireland, from this place, that place, all over the world.
Yeah, and basketball is huge. I mean, I think that we'd have to ask DeAndre Jordan, what happened if you won an NBA title? Then how do you feel? Because he hasn't won one.
Can I ask
he has not won an NBA title. I am correct in saying that.
Yeah.
Yes. I was.
Can I ask you this, though?
I just needed to, you can, but you come up my fucking point off.
Sorry. Do you think that he's saying this, too, because he's coming to the realization, I may not win an NBA title?
I don't think so. I think he's coming to this because he hasn't won that NBA title. This is victory for him, and this feels good. You're winning. It's not some participation medal that you got in third grade soccer. This is a medal, a gold medal that you can win with the USA men's basketball team. Best in the world. The world. However, he doesn't know the other feeling. He doesn't know the feeling of winning an NBA championship, hoisting that trophy on your home court, in front of your home fans, in front of your family, doing all of that, and having that feeling. And maybe he never will. But he certainly has the feeling of being an Olympian and an Olympic gold medalist. That's where he's coming from. And I think we have to respect that point because he doesn't know another way. It's almost like an ignorance thing without being ignorant.
I'm going to throw this at you. Do you think that the gold medal for us in the U.S., and I'm saying us as fans, a guy like me because I'm on the other side, and I'm saying that the NBA title is more important, do you think that there would be more importance weighted to a gold medal if we had more legitimate competition when it came to the other teams? Because before this year, we just send LeBron on that team, they win by 20 points at least.
But you also have to look at the fact that is the competition better or are we worse without LeBron James?
Oh, no, we are definitely.
The USA has won by, I think, 3 points two times now in a row.
Yeah.
If we have LeBron James, we win by probably 23 points.
Yeah, and that was the average of the last Olympics that LeBron played in. It was we were winning around 23% of the time. And I think that we're starting to get there. Like you look at this year, I think it's because if you look at the averages from 2 Olympics ago and then last Olympics, the margin of victory went down and we had LeBron.
Yeah.
But now it went down even more and we don't have LeBron. I think it's a combination of the global competitiveness is coming up and we just took our best player off the team. I'm going to throw this out there. Throw LeBron and Steph Curry on this team. We're winning by 50 a game. We don't have the best players from our league playing this game, playing in the Olympics. And I'm not saying that, you know what, these guys are trash. We need to get LeBron and Steph out there. I'm just saying that maybe having a few more Olympics of closer games, because us as a nation, we are used to dominating other teams to where when we win by 3, everybody's going, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on? Why are we not winning by 20?
Ricky,
what's going on?
Here's the point that you're making without saying it. You're not bashing the players that are out there. You're giving a whole hell of a lot of respect to LeBron James and Steph Curry. And people can say whatever they want about LeBron James.
They're the best
and they
two
can
in the,
hate
the best
LeBron
two in
James.
the league.
They can love LeBron James. And if you love LeBron James, you're right there with me saying he will make any team 10 times better. And
Best
if anyone wants
league.
to go out there and say you are wrong, I'm not, I am right. Because LeBron James is going to make any team better. He is going to be a winner. He's going to make any team a winner. Cleveland. Look at him. Could they have won without him? Would have been tough. Would have been tough.
No, he won that championship on his own.
LeBron James is a beast. He is a monster. He is just a modern day beast. And he does a lot of things for a team, whether it be scoring, whether it just be the basketball IQ. I mean, I'm not trying to go on a huge LeBron rant. I'm doing it without actually trying to do it. But you put him into the Olympic Games, and you put him onto that team. That team's winning by 20, man. That team's winning by 20.
No, and I say Steph and LeBron because they are the best two players in the league. If we had both of them, if we even had one of them, I'll just say LeBron. There's no way we win by 3. We're winning by, like you said, at least 20 points a game. However, the one thing I look at, LeBron getting older, 4 years older from now, he might not play in another Olympics just because of you get to that age and it's like, you know what, I just want to like for Steph Curry, it was I want to rest my ankle that I just injured in the playoffs. You get more to that rest as you get older.
But with LeBron James, he doesn't need to play. And you want to know why?
Because he already won a gold medal.
He's now won an NBA championship, and he's got a gold medal.
Well, he did before, but now he's got the one for Cleveland. That's the one that really counts.
I'm talking, when I say NBA championship, I'm talking about for the team that he really. I'm talking about honestly. I'm talking about for the team that he really wanted to do it with when he was in Cleveland the first time. The pieces just weren't there. Mm-hmm. He went to Miami. He wants to win. Wherever he goes, he's going there strategically. He's not a dummy. He goes to win. He saw he could win in Miami. They built around him. They won a lot. He went back to Cleveland because he loved Cleveland, loves Cleveland, and saw that they could win. They had the pieces. So that's what I'm talking about in the sense of he's now won it for his team, an NBA championship, and he's got a gold medal. LeBron James can rest easily.
Well, and we talked a lot in this segment about the Olympics, but the main thing that I want to ask you guys and leave you guys with the lasting thought in your head is, what do you think is more important at the end of the day? If you're an NBA player, put it in your shoes. What's more important to you, that NBA title, that ring, or an Olympic gold medal? Let us know down in the comments section. That's going to do it for Behind the Pen this week. Mike Rankin, I believe, will be back next week. If he's not, somebody else will be in this seat. But I'm hoping that Rank Daddy is back in this seat next week to give you guys more of his Bears, Cubs, Sox, baseball that he loves to do. A little different spin this week for Behind the Pen. If you're listening on blogtalkradio.com, I want to thank you guys for sticking with us. Remember, if you're listening on SoundCloud as of October 1st, we're going to be bye-bye from SoundCloud, and we're going to be just on blogtalkradio.com. You can even go to /Behind the Pen to just get your Behind the Pen podcast for MVP. That's going to do it for Brandon Swanson and myself. Our Twitters are down in the description. Thank you guys for listening to us on SoundCloud, Blog Talk, and YouTube. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter @MostValuablePod for more great podcasts.